Quantum Tao. In this video, I will assume the position of a theorist. My goal is to reduce emotion to a quantum dynamic, or elaborate cognition as a quantum information process. I do not claim that my ideas are more valid than deduction would have them be, meaning I do not demonstrate, through experimentations, the claims of this theory. Let's start by understanding the brain a little, giving us a neurological basis from which to have a bottom-up physical theory of cognition. We know through observation that the brain is a symmetrical organ consisting of modalities allowing for localized activity and networks allowing for interconnectedness between the hemispheres or the symmetrical divisions of the brain. The insulas, INSULA, are symmetrically and dynamically opposed centers for energetic charges of emotional, judgmental cognition. We take each emotion to be a resembling form of rejection or acceptance. One insula expresses disgust, while the other insula expresses pleasant sensations. We can demonstrate this by showing images of affection and then scanning the brain, or by showing images of repulsion and scanning the brain. Each emotion is equivalent to a version of energetic composition which assists in the formation of judgment. Now that we can take for certain that this dynamic exists, let's further reduce this dynamic to quantum terminology. We know that the brain vibrates. It has frequencies which can be read through brain reading devices. These vibrations have a neurological as well as quantum energy signature. When we reject something, waves collapse. When accepting something, waves propagate. Propagation is positive. Collapse is negative. But how can we prove this? If I accept you, I promote or propagate a love signature. If I reject you, I collapse a relationship bond through aversion. This theory of dynamics is held by such models of cognition as Lewin's aversion-attraction laws and flight reaction theory. Not all neuroactivity is the propagation and collapse of energy due to the net charges of the insulas. Rather, other activity that is cognitively neutral also has vibration signatures. If I see something, for example, my visual cortex will be active, but that doesn't mean my insulas will activate over a threshold of the emotional judgmental quantum dynamic. Since we know this, we can infer that emotional judgment has levels of intensity. For example, surprise can be judged as having an intensity of positivity or negativity. Likewise, each emotion has a lowest level, which I can call latency, and highest level of activity that I will call neural activity limit. Each emotion and its intensity can be registered or seen as brought on by visual cues. We can thus have a neurological theory of emotion based on visual cues and a mathematical quantification of the intensity of the emotion. Emotion relates to morality. Compassion is a moral emotion. Hatred is a moral emotion. You can have compassion, which is a positive, and have it result in a negative or a non-beneficial consequence. You can have hatred, which is a negative, and have it result in a positive or beneficial consequence. With all this in mind, I will make a supposition that the brain stores opposite energy signatures in opposing hemispheres of the brain. Hatred and love cannot exist in the same brain locality because, like the atomic nature of the electron and proton, the symmetry created by positivity and negativity must be opposed. At the very starting point of the expanding singularity that will later form our inflated universe, energy takes on a balance of yin and yang, positive and negative energy.